He slept on park benches, begged for food, and had nothing. But one day, this same man built a business worth millions. This is the unbelievable, yet true story of Chris Gardner, the homeless man who became a millionaire. Chris Gardner was born in 1954 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His childhood was filled with poverty, violence, and instability. His stepfather was abusive, and he grew up in an environment where survival was a daily struggle. By the time he reached adulthood, Chris tried different jobs, but money was always short. At one point, he sold medical equipment just to get by. But life took a darker turn when his girlfriend left him, and he suddenly found himself alone with his young son, homeless, broke, and desperate. With no roof over his head, Chris and his little boy spent nights in train stations, public restrooms, and homeless shelters. Sometimes, they even slept in parks. Imagine working all day, only to return to a life where you don't even know where you'll sleep that night. Yet, through all of this, Chris never gave up on his son, and never gave up on his dream. One day, Chris noticed a man stepping out of a shiny red Ferrari. Curious, he asked, "What do you do for a living?" The man replied, "I'm a stockbroker." That moment changed Chris's life. He thought, if this man can make it, why can't I? With no degree, no experience, and no money, Chris decided he would enter the world of finance, a dream that seemed impossible. Chris applied for internship. After internship, most companies rejected him, but finally, one brokerage firm gave him a chance. The only problem? The internship was unpaid. So by day, Chris worked harder than anyone else, studying, learning, and training to become a stockbroker. By night, he fought for shelter beds with his son. Sometimes, they had no choice but to sleep in public bathrooms. It was a brutal test of endurance. Many would have given up, but Chris refused to quit. After months of endless work and sleepless nights, Chris Gardner passed the stockbroker licensing exam. This was his first real step toward success. He worked his way up, gaining clients and building a reputation for his determination and honesty. Years later, he founded his own brokerage firm, Gardner Rich & Co., which grew into a multi-million-dollar company. Chris Gardner's story became so inspirational that Hollywood turned it into the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, starring Will Smith. From a homeless man sleeping in public restrooms to a successful entrepreneur and philanthropist, Chris proved that circumstances do not define your destiny. Chris Gardner once said, "You can only depend on yourself. The cavalry ain't coming." His story is proof that persistence, hard work, and faith can turn even the darkest nights into the brightest mornings. So whenever life feels impossible, remember this: if a homeless man could rise to become a millionaire, then nothing is truly out of your reach.